Alright. Let's go in for another time loop. Oop. Oh. What's this? Dialogue Mobius link. Did we see this before? Mobius, right? I don't know. How many resurrections does this make, I wonder? And also Mobius, yeah, Mobius I mentioned before is, now I forgot, but it was like, oh, so what's it called? I don't know, why I can't remember now. I looked it up in particular, but it was called Mobius something. It was Mobius something. Again, the idea that it was Mobius strip, right? Mobius strip? Is that what it is, you know? Like in a 3D space, it's the idea like a certain object. If you start at one surface, no matter what, the way it's modeled, I guess, you'll end up in the same place, all like no matter what. You know, the surface will always connect to your original position or whatever. That's the Mobius strip. Why it's called the strip, right? The Mobius strip, Mobius something anyway. But I guess that's the idea, right? That's a reference to this whole deal, the fact that there's like a whole, you know, time thing where you always restart and everything. That's the idea. Anyway, how many resurrections does this make, I wonder? I can hear voices. They curse at me. The one who, while sinking to death, fell past it again and again. Unable to escape death, they cry that's unfair that I get to live again. My entire body hurts enough to suffocate. The voices of accusations beset me. Die, give up, serves you right. I can't see. They grow stronger each time I hear it. I want to die. I can't stand this. Filthy, disgusting. I can't see anything. I want to die. I don't want to hear this. If I have to go through this, I don't want to come back to life. But I even got used to that. Die. And get it over with and kill me. Laughable. And go ahead and enjoy yourself. Repent. Yes, I've already repented again and again. It's your fault. Right, it's all somebody's fault. Disgusting. That's because I'm not dressed up. Inhuman. This mirror is foggy. Demon. Yes, that's right. A human isn't capable of doing this. Weep. Resurrection? Are we Bazett again? I've moved past the many voices and begin to breathe again. It's not that painful from here on. Rather, I can even feel relief. As long as I get away from that prison, what comes next is close to the joy of birth. Prison. Yes, that place matches the description of a prison. Slander, insults, derision. The stripping of human rights, dignity, and freedom. An afterlife derived from that should be known to any person. Suffering for an eternity, without pause. In Buddhism, it's called the hell of uninterrupted suffering. But that is vaguely different from where I came from. It wasn't only pain. That place had eternity and emptiness. Both were beyond reach and had no meaning even if they weren't. That's why it was painful. Because even if I gained them by some miracle, I could never understand what wasn't meant for human hands to hold. Yeah, and we're back here. I raise my body from the sofa. Still feeling drained after resurrection that I have dealt with for the umpteenth time, I check if I have control of my left hand. Again. The now typical morning greeting from my servant. He's sitting with his back turned away, still working on his puzzle apparently. It could be solved in just a matter of minutes, but he must have taken a liking to it. That part of him is like a child. If only that innocence showed in his regular behavior. Assassin? That's weird. Okay. I remember last time we left off on Bazett, she was like getting ready to kill all the beasts, right? They were on the rooftop and everything. They were talking about a little bit of philosophy, I don't know, about, you know, living and who should live and what's the right way to live, whatever. But I guess I guess the implication is that they went and fought an assassin and then they both died or something? I guess so. We didn't see it though. Yeah, Zabania, that's the assassin we know from Heaven's Feel. The guy with the mask.
すごかったぜ。パンって脳みそが破裂して上半身が吹っ飛ばされてた。
Is that how Saber works? I thought it meant like, you know, grabbing the heart. Whatever. No matter where it is, it would hit your heart and destroy it or something. I don't know how it like made her blow up.
に変えて体を吹き飛ばすなんて手の込んだ殺し方だよな。脳みそ掴んだならそのまま引きずり出して終わりだってのに。
My servant is prattling on cheerfully. I imagine my body without its upper half and sicken myself as a result. I recall my fight with Assassin. I met Assassin's master by accident at the forest behind the school. The enemy consisted of just one lone master. As I saw no servant, I charged into combat. Okay. The enemy master was a skilled doll user and controlled countless automata as if they were his own limbs. The French dolls, equipped with precise killing mechanisms, were a threat, but I was well acquainted on how to deal with dolls. Okay, I don't think we've ever seen this person before. At least in Fate Stay Night. I also had experience fighting in a free-for-all with the monsters nesting in the city, so it was a simple matter to overwhelm the master. If only one of the dolls had not worn a skull mask. Okay. Is that how it was? You know, there was like a bunch of dolls, they were, you know, they didn't seem all that dangerous, but as it turns out, a servant was hiding in them. The moment I realized what he was, I was hit by multiple poisonous needles. Assassin. A class where one specific heroic spirit is chosen, but whose abilities change with each Holy Grail war. As the name that was the source of the word assassin was the one that multiple assassins inherited, a different one would become assassin for each war. Assassin is a group, not one being, and of them, the assassins, like this time, was a midget of a height no taller than to an adult's knees. So it's a different assassin, I guess. Different from the one that wore the mask, but also still wore the mask, I guess. Was he like that when he was alive, or was his special characteristic exaggerated by becoming a servant? Assassin did not have the build of a dwarf that would appear in a fairy tale. He had a form as cultivated as that of an acrobat. He could have been a clown from a circus, a ruthless heroic spirit with a small body. However, it was a strong advantage for the class of assassin. Not only did it make detecting his presence difficult, the area that could be hit was overwhelmingly small. His speed was among the fastest of the servants. Tracking his body racing through the trees of unmodified eyes was difficult. In addition, the reason for the name was the one-hit noble phantasm he possessed. By the time I fully understood the disadvantage I had on this terrain, the poison had immobilized my legs. I was confident that I could catch him on a flat plain with nowhere to hide, but in a forest with many obstructions I was helpless. Knowing that, I made my final bet using my life as a gambling chip. I used the left side of my body to lure Assassin out of the shadow of the trees. Assassin would judge I could not retaliate, and then move towards my left side at lightning speed. I would then counterattack with full force straight right into him. The timing was perfect. The charging assassin couldn't dodge either right or left, and couldn't completely nullify the effects of the impact by blocking. That was the drawback of having a small body. Yet not even that slowed him down. Just before the impact, he jumped and landed on my fist with a comical plop. On my straight right, the one I prided on having a speed of 80 kilometers per hour, as a counter no less. Yeah. I do have a rich record of sorts in combat, but this was the first time I've seen an enemy scuttle towards me on my arm. It brought to mind images of unbelievably miraculous deeds, such as standing on the tip of a lance. Assassin extended his left hand to my face, and my consciousness was cut off at that point. I mutter.
どうした？まだ体が硬いのか？
いえ、調子は万全です。蘇生にも慣れましたから。今の胸焼けはあなたのおかげです。最後の瞬間、アサシンの手が額に触れた感触を思い出しまして。
あ、そうか。悪い。気が利かなくて申し訳ない。
Cackling, he continues his puzzle. What he's really laughing at is my own failure. This is nothing like teasing. That man has a host of personality disorder that makes him laugh over sad news as much as over anything comical.
いいです。そちらにも慣れましたから。それでアベンジャー、あなたが私をここまで運んできたのですか？
いや、俺も殺された。二人一緒に一日前の今に戻ったわけだ。やられたのは0時ジャストだったからな。
There's been almost no progress. How many days have passed since I woke up in this mansion? We haven't even passed the 4th night yet. Perhaps out of disappointment with myself, I grasped the earring in my pocket unconsciously. I took it with me when I left my country. Probably some kind of protective charm. I don't remember why I had brought it, but it must be something like an amulet, judging by how carefully I kept it tucked away.
しかし、ありゃマスターのせいじゃないぜ。あのアサシンが変すぎたんだよ。あんたの拳、確かに当たってたしな。ま、気に病むことはないんじゃない？あんたは俺っていうハンデがあるんだ。初戦で相手に宝具を使わせたのは賞賛に値する。
気休めです。いくら前線しようと死んでしまっては何にもなら。
No, that's our advantage. I haven't made full use of it yet, but this servant can bring the dead back to life. As long as our contract is still in effect, I will continue to be resurrected.
そうか。この方法でも問題はない。いえ、むしろこれがあなたの武器だ。利用しない手はない。私たちは相打ちでいいのですね。
Oh yeah, the more we fight, you know. I mean, assumedly, Avenger doesn't have good confidence. Like, he doesn't think we'll win, but the idea is that once we've, fight everyone and died everyone, we'll get better and better, right? The more we know about the other servants and their masters and their noble phantasms, the more we can, counter their strengths, and hone in on their weaknesses and stuff like that. Eventually, we win. Well, that's the idea. I don't know if that is true, though. Again, Avenger says that, or at least in his thoughts, he says that's impossible, but... Well, by gaining information on an enemy like this, eventually we'll be able to defeat them using the appropriate preparations to ensure victory.
これで有利なのは私たちだ。アサシンの特徴が分かった以上、あとはいかに平地におびき寄せるかだけ。
I clench my right fist. At this rate, I don't have to wait for the enemy masters to be weakened. A perfect victory is achievable. If I eliminate them one by one straight out, even the association will treat me like...
割と順応してるんだな、マスター。こんなに負けが続いてるんだ。てっきり落ち込んでるか、俺の不甲斐なさに呆れてるのかと思ったんだが。
Well, every loss is not really a loss, and Mr. Avenger, you're not all that useless, you're not powerful in direct combat, but this whole, time warp ability is kind of nice.
いえ、それは確かにそうなのですが。
Come to think of it, what am I thinking? Even if I do have this ability, I have been defeated again and again. I'm becoming careless. Had I tried hard enough, I should have been able to defeat Assassin. But instead, I'm taking my time, prolonging the final battle until I feel I have learned enough about his abilities. It is as if... no, that couldn't be true. As a representing Magus of the Association, I'm only fighting battles that can't be lost.
日数を重ねてるわけじゃねえからいいけどさ。時間を幾分無駄に使ってるよな、俺たち。
Well, I was kind of worried that, technically we can just spend forever, eternity on this, this whole, Holy Grail war until we win. But at the same time, even though, Avengers not worried about a deadline, I wonder if there is a time limit, This whole resurrection thing might actually mess up our whole, memories and everything, right? Each time we resurrect, it's like torturous, the people telling us to die. I wonder eventually, Bazett anyway, might lose her sanity doing this over and over again. Isn't that how Groundhog Day? I never actually watched the actual movie Groundhog Day, I think. But, the idea is that eventually you'll go crazy, right? Or everything just happening again and again. The same way every time. Eventually you'll exhaust all possibilities and eventually you just want to be out of the loop. But I don't know. The servant stands up. Leaving the puzzle unfinished, he walks towards the entranceway.
続けようぜマスター。まだ調べてない場所があるだろう。
Though it always feels, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but like it always feels like in stories of time loops, you know, the main character tends to be like, yeah, they exhaust all possibilities, they get bored of everything being repetitive, anything, and they finally do want to get out of the loop. But I wonder if that's even possible, right? Can you exhaust all possibilities? I imagine that would take a very, very long time. Like, you can do anything, right? For like, even it's like a short 4 days, just being able to do anything, that's a lot of possibilities, right? I don't think it's possible to exhaust all the possibilities, at least in a short amount of time, it feels like. It tends to be, I don't know, like in stories of time loops, they tend to like be bored after like the 50th loop or something, when really they could have been looping for like way longer than that and still not be bored, maybe? I don't know. Then again, maybe not. I don't know. But led on by the servant, I also rise up from the sofa. Carrying rack over my shoulder, I grip the earring in my pocket one more time and leave for the Holy Grail War. I mean, just think about all the anime you could watch. I mean, I guess there won't be new anime, but you'll have all the time in the world to finish up your backlog, you know. I don't know, anyway. It's gonna be a little sudden, but Bazett Fraga McRemitz is one weird lady. Her outsides and her insides are weird. First of all, they don't match. Who's saying this? Is it the Avenger? I don't know. Or is she talking like in third person? Now on the outside, she looks like my personal favorite, the dignified, mature woman. Okay, we're Avenger. What's on the inside, though, is a lowly coward with no self-esteem. To hide that, she's put her body and psyche through some rigorous training. My guess, well, rather what I like to be true, is that she's the kind of woman that likes bullying herself. Has to be that. Yeah, after all, she was able to put herself through more training than normal. The able woman armor she built up, all of that sure is a tough one. Good looks and structural strength, all that, all but guaranteed. Except we're going to be able to move wearing a suit of armor is going to have a few gaps. That's where I sometimes get the opportunity to see the real Bazett peeking through. I don't have to bother saying what that's like. Anything protected by a suit of armor for years ought to be kind of like a smooth-balled egg without a shell, refreshingly cute enough to make me want to munch parts of it anyway. But the thing is, no matter how adorable the insides might be, the armor she built up for over 10 years is too damn stubborn. Once she gets into mission or battle mode, any man will probably drop whatever fantasy or lust he could possibly have for her. Here's an example that just happened. That came out of nowhere. After beating the crap of 3 monsters, she said that as if she was measuring her pulse. Said a master was awfully caring of her servant. Except, the place she barged into without any hesitation was the beef bowl store right in front of us. Even I knew about this. The cheapest, worst, and most common place to eat in Shinto. Is it that bad? I don't know. Just so you know, even though there's nobody around, there were other places to get a meal. There was even one of those expensive places that seemed like they suit Bazett just 100 meters ahead. But she still picked the place in front of us. No mistake, she picked it because it just happened to be the closest one around.
いや、不満というか、不思議というか。
では行きましょう。実体化を忘れないように。
There was no stopping her. In the end, Bazett paid for the food coupon and the snap, got beef bowls and miso soup for 2, gobbled it all down in 3 minutes flat and went outside.
やはり何か不満でも。
不満つうか、不思議つうか。今の飯、うまかった？
Ironic, Avengers like asking like why she's so weird when he's the one that wants to kill all humanity, you know, and it's kind of like a fucked up person in general.
量は多かったですね。スープは余分でした。
But I guess the idea is that Bazett doesn't enjoy food, you know, like a normal person.
ですが、調理時間が1分弱というのは素晴らしい。次からはあの店を利用しましょう。
I guess it's kind of weird, but again, a normal person. Avenger's not exactly a normal person either, so it's kind of like, do you have the right to judge? I don't know. That's all she had to say about it. She saw mealtime as nothing more than a way to get nutrition. Unrefined and unreasonable is what it was. The opposite of Saber. We were looking at the base of one of the known masters. After a thorough investigation, we judged that no one was inside.
アベンジャー、扉のロックを解除できますか？
まあ割と単純なやつなら解析はできるかな。けどあんたがやった方が確実だぜ。教会屈指の魔術師なんだろ。
鍵開けは得意分野ではありません。あなたに任せます。
And that's how I ended up doing it. My master is weak at this kind of delicate work apparently, made for total violence she is.
じゃ、任された。少し時間もらうぞ。ここのはちょい厄介なんだ。
I shoved my arm to the roots of the tree in the garden that sat at the side of the entryway. Astral bodies are useful in stuff like this. I can overlay my own circuits into magic somehow. 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, 40 seconds.
うわあ！何してんだあんた！
She just plain out smashed the whole damn thing to oblivion.
侵入します。援護。
He didn't have any. I guess she's impatient. That was her only excuse. That wasn't even an explanation. And more importantly, this wasn't a raid. Putting her leather gloves on, Bazett charged the enemy's base with no hesitation. Unrefined, unreasonable, and lazy is what truly what it was. Why'd you ask me to lockpick it in the first place if you were just gonna go in anyway? Well, we finally reached the park. Physically, I'm only a little tired, but mentally, I'm exhausted. If I could dematerialize, I'd be able to cut the physical fatigue, but since I can't, I have to walk on my bare, materialized feet.
水。
I head for the park fountain. There are drops of white liquid in the road, starting from the top of the hill and leading to where I am now. That's right. It's traces of the milk that I've been soaked with. What? Milk?
おい、離れてんなよ。俺たちは協力関係だろ。もっと近くに寄れよ、マスター。
What happened? I swivel around. Whoa, Bazett of all people is laughing?
あのよ、これ、あんたの無鉄砲な行動の結果なんだけどな。マスターの危機をかばってこうなったわけ。ついでに言うと、館の風呂もそこらの民家の風呂も使うなってんで、ここまで降りてきたのもあんたの指示なんだけどさ。
So I followed all of her instructions and this is my reward? What kind of a spoiled princess does she think she is?
それは感謝しています。あなたがかばってくれなかったら、私がそうなっていた。
Like hell you are. Shit. I think I'm gonna give her a big hug and not leave her out of the fun.
どうしましたアベンジャー。水道はあっちですよ。ミルクでも目に入りましたか？
I'm so going to kill you. If we're going to run away with the cow theme, I want to give Bull vs. Matador a try. But again, there's no way I'd ever catch that walking weapon.
あくそ、あんなトラップ黙っとけばよかったんだ。あー、つまんねえ。イベント見逃した。
And yes, event scene.
いや、本気で損したぞなんか。マスターみたいな可愛げのない女がミルクに溺れるなんて。すげえ美味しい絵面じゃんか。
Straight out of an ecchi anime.
アベンジャー、マスターとしての命令です。くだらないことを言っていないで、早く体を洗いなさい。
Alright, as I say, and go to remove the filth from my body. Once the access is removed, I can dematerialize. While I'm covered with that milk, dematerialization is impossible. It would have been an anti-servant trap, but it might also have had a more dramatic effect on a normal body. Anyway, we hadn't found anything worthwhile in that mansion. On the way out, it's activated when intruders leave, I bet, we set off the trap in the entranceway. Okay. Is that what it was?
なんだって牛乳なんだよ。
Yeah, why milk? I don't understand. A weird, like, milk trap.
この国じゃ動物の乳に魔除け信仰でもあんのかよ。ねえよな。本気でただの嫌がらせじゃねえのかこれ。
Well, I'm thinking about it. Whose house does that belong to? It was like Rin, right? It looks like Rin's house. At least in this, in Bazett's timeline, Rin is like an Elderfelt, so maybe she likes to play pranks on people? I don't know.
どうでしょうね。けど、相手にも慈悲はあります。物が取れたての新鮮な牛乳で助かりましたね。アベンジャー。
She points out the silver lining this while smothering her laughter. That's not what the problem is, lady. We continue our patrol. To kill the monsters to find the masters, Bazett wanders the city under the pretense of both. What a roundabout way of doing things. This isn't to win the war. Bazett is looking for something else. What makes it roundabout is the fact that Bazett herself doesn't realize it. She's anxious because she can't totally forget that. Makes me want to have a certain idiot who forgot about his own power follow her example. She's acting a little strange. Maybe she had some bad experience at the harbor. After looking at the sea for some time... I guess they did. Because we didn't really see it, but I guess she fought more than the Assassin Master?
Saber, Archer, Caster, Rider, Assassin.
And she fought Archer's Masters and Caster's Master, Rider's Masters as well.
まだ直接出会っていない敵はアインツベルンのマスターとサーバントだけです。
そうなるな。今んとこ全部黒星ってのがパッとしねえ話だけど。
ええ、明確な勝利はまだ一度もない。いかに相手が破格の使いまであるサーバントといっても誇れたことではありません。
I guess they lost every single time. Bazette grits her teeth. Not from the pain of defeat, but she's trying to rouse herself.
弱気になっているのは分かっています。それでもあなたの意見を聞かせてほしい。私たちは勝てると思う。戦力的に劣るのが事実でも、こうして繰り返していけば、いつか。
One of these days we should win the war, right? Her eyes ask. We're losing because we don't have enough experience. If Bazette uses me a little for fighting, and if I tell her what my real noble phantasm is, well, there's no server we can't handle. Well, we'll pick up victory pattern of sorts anyway, whether we want one or not, so I don't really need to tell her now, but...
いつか負けることはなくなるだろう。それよりさ、戦いに勝てるかって話が、私から私たちに変わってるぜ、マスター。
I just had to point that out because I found it amusing. Also, every time like the voice actor for Avenger, every time he talks, it's kind of like he's always like smiling for some reason. I don't know. Always just laughing.
いえ、そうですか。私は別に意識して言ったわけではないのですが。
I guess that's the idea. He's always like, I don't know, laughing at the most inappropriate times.
そりゃ余計に面白い。無意識に俺のことを信用してるってことだもんな。何？愛情？仲間として愛情が芽生えたと取っていいのか？
ふざけてないで話を続けますから。それで負けないという根拠は何ですか？隠していないで正直に報告してください。
根拠はまだないが、そのうち結果は出る。あんたにはサーバントを倒す切り札があるんだろ？それと同じで、俺にはサーバントを少しだけ足止めさせる切り札がある。これだけ揃ってれば、あとは立ち回り次第だ。それはこれから息を合わせればいい。
切り札ですか？宝具を複数持っているのですか？あなたは。
いや、俺は一つしか持っていない。蘇生はまあ俺じゃなくてアンリマイとしての後付けなんだ。俺の宝具はアベスターの偽物でね。ああ、それは帰ったら教えてやるよ。
Okay, his resurrection thing is not really his real noble phantasm, I guess. Avesta is a support-type noble phantasm that records events by his own volition, on the level of an automatic typewriter, basically. Absolutely useless in a fight. The advantage is that it's able to put into words emotions that are undescribable, and the ones you wouldn't even be aware of. A noble phantasm that's incapable of harming anyone befitted the name of Avesta, the book that inscribes all things correctly. My noble phantasm. Yeah, it's just a little bit of an imitation of that, but...
とにかく、 これ以上負けたくないって言うんなら、あんたも本気になる。
Typewriter though. What does that even mean? Like could record things properly? It's a book? I don't know.
あんたの戦闘能力はマスター随一だ。下手すりゃ素でサーバントを倒しかねないってのに、なんでそう自信がねえんだよ。
それは確かにサーバントであろうと遅れを取る気はありませんが、私にできることは戦闘だけです。他の技術はそのマスター中最低だと思います。
いいじゃねえかそれで。なんで腕っぷしが強いことに罪悪感持ってんのかね。割とみっともないぜそういうの。
私は別に罪悪感など持っていません。今まで殺めてきた命に未練も後悔もない。
頼もしいね鉄の女。その息でもっと頑張れ。まあこれ以上頑張られると俺の立つ瀬がねえんだけどな。あんた今のままでも俺の10倍は強いしさ。
ええ分かりきったことですね。あなたが戦闘面で頼りにならないことは初日で痛感していますから。
そうそう。ああけど人間殺し競争なら俺が一番だぞ。こればっかりは向き不向きがあるからな。って一番じゃねえか。世界で2番か3番だった。
Second or third? Who's better at killing humans? I don't know. Aren't you all the evils of humanity? Or something? Isn't that what Angry Mayu is? At least we heard a little bit of how Angry Mayu was in Phase 39. Supposedly, it's like, you know, the most evil of all evils. The true evil one. Whatever. But I guess he's not really the evil one. It's kind of like, got the name, but it's not really Angry Mayu or something. I think that's the idea anyway.
いるぜ。犬と雲。こいつらにはまあ、どうやっても追いつけない。質はともかく、スピードが違うんだよ、スピードが。
A dog and a spider. I don't know who he's referring to. What do you mean by that? A dog and a spider? I guess some sort of like a historical like figure or mythological figure anyway. That's referring to like a dog or a spider. Well, I've never gone to competition with them or even met them, but I understand it's an undeniable fact. Just like how a spider knows to spin a web from the moment of birth. I learned that's how the rules were from the moment I was called Angry Mayu.
英霊として速さでは勝てないという制約を受けているのですね。アベンジャー、あなたはアンリマユという名称を受けていると言いましたが、それは神名ではないでしょう。あなたの生前の名は何というのです？
それはわからないって言っただろ。俺に名前はないんだって。アンリマユってのが発音しづらかったらアンリで構わないけど。
Just call you Angry-kun.
そんなはずはない。自分の名前ぐらいは思い出せるはずだ。いえ、私も人のことは言えませんが、名前は全ての始まりです。生まれ落ちた時に与えられた名は振り返って人生を表すものだ。思い出せないのならそんな悠長に口笛など吹いてはいられないはずです。
わかんねえやつだな。だから名前はないんだ。英雄として扱われる時に剥奪された。俺のところは呪いだけは一級品でね。呪術的に剥離されたんで、生まれた時の名前も自分がなんて呼ばれていたのかもわからない。思い出せとか言われても、もうそんな記録はこの世のどこにもないわけだ。
Is that how it works? With the power of magic? He just literally doesn't have a name? His real name anyway? The name, if you think about it, is your own life, huh? She's got a bit of a silver tongue on her. I can't just sit back and lose her, so I guess I'll tell her a few things. This is a common old story. In it, there's a man whose life is saved by his friend. To save the man, that friend died. That man took the name of the friend who died to save him, and from then on saved the lives of many. This was to give what remained the world after, his deeds, his life, everything to his friend who had wagered his life for him. There's nothing heartwarming about a story like that, not at all. To put it simply, that man died long ago when he swore to lie about his own name and use his friend's.
では、 あなたの生前の名前はも
ないよ。けど今の呼び名は気に入ってる。生まれた時の名前よりそっちで呼ばれたのが長いからな。愛着もあるし馴染みも深いさ。
う。なるほど。生誕の名は失われましたが、以後の名称は英雄として呼び親しまれたものだったのですね。称号といえど人々から喝采を受けた名だ。気に入らないはずがない。申し訳ありません。あなたに謝らなければ。早合点して見当違いの同情などしてしまった。
まあんたが気にすることでもないし謝ることはないんだけど。
It's okay to come to a hasty conclusion, but pity is bad. If you're gonna pity me, give me some love instead. Please love me. Okay.
まあ罰として次はあんたの番にしよう。名前は人生なんだろ。マスターのフルネームは大行だからな。さぞかしご立派な思い出話があるんだろうさ。
私の昔話ですか？いえ、やめておきましょう。きっとつまらない。あなたを喜ばすようなものでは。
いいんだ、つまんなくても。ほら謝ってくれるんだろうマスター。大丈夫、まだ知らない話なら何だって俺には面白いからさ。
わかりました。ほんと口は災いのもとですね。
That's absolutely right. Oh, but most myths have something good happening after disaster. Maybe now to my master get that kind of special reward too. Okay. They're just weirdly it's bonding together
以上が私の経歴です。満足しましたか？
まあ客観的には理解できた。
Bazett's story told only the straight truth. Bazett's family came from an ancient Magus lineage, starting back as far as the Age of Gods, apparently. They were originally a great rune house that served the gods and were granted a special ritual that the other lineages didn't have. You could say that they were the super elite. Except they set themselves up in the middle of nowhere and they didn't have anything that could be called a clan. Elite, but elites without fortune or fame. Their prestige at least was of the highest grade, but what they had to show for it was a training hall on the sticks dedicated only to barely passing on the ritual to one child in the family each generation. Bazett, the successor of that house, strove to learn the ritual since she was born, and reproduced that ritual as if there was nothing, just like her ancestors. God's holder, okay? God's holder, tradition carrier. I guess maybe, I don't know, maybe in the Japanese version, I'm thinking like maybe this like small text right here, I guess it's just like another way to interpret, you know, the word. Because I don't know, in Japanese, definitely, sometimes the kanji that they use tend to have different meanings depending on the context. So maybe that's what that means. I don't know. It can mean tradition carrier and God's holder at the same time. I don't know. A magic trait that was passed down continuously since the Age of Gods, different from a magic circuit. I think it was able to last for thousands of years. Well, that's a shock. Yeah, from what I've heard, it wasn't so much from the genes of the bloodline, but from a pathogen that was living in a particular something that was kept for generations. Something like that. Bazett, who finished her training and gained the name Fraga, didn't say why she joined the Mages Association. But I could figure it out even if she didn't want to talk about it. Basically, she wanted to train herself in front of many more people to overcome her feelings of obligation. Bazett ignored her parents' objections and contacted the association. The association invited an unexpected new nobility into their ranks. The association welcomed their new comrade, one that passed on the lost arts, and Bazett was invited to the Mages Association with much fanfare. Sorry, I'm just drinking some water. But the welcome that awaited her was just a formality. It didn't look like there was a place in the association for Bazett. Men are very conscious of competition. Despite being the exclusivist lot, the Mages Association, which has guarded its authority for hundreds of years, it's a place of power struggles rife with scheming on the inside. They want the power to appeal the outside, but on the inside, newcomers that shine too bright are worse than incompetent underlings. Basically, there hasn't been a seat for a new house to sit in for centuries in the Mage Association. Even so, Bazett tried her best, overdoing herself even for the association where she was unwanted. She was seen as more of a nuisance the more results she produced. Was treated as a tumorous authority figure, and in the end the association sent her to the front lines to get rid of her. The sealing Designation enforcers. The job of the Mage Association's prize crazies, the equivalent of the Holy Church's heretic inquisitors, the executors. A sealing designation for the restraining, capture, and lifetime confinement of uniquely gifted or taboo-breaking magi in the name of protection. Bazett was chosen to be one of those who carried out this deed. What's up, Lassius? After that, it seems like she just flew around the world solving problems, obeying the Orders Association for years. Pretty faithful of her, considering she doesn't get an equivalent reward for all of that. Okay, a lot of exposition for her backstory, I guess. Her background of Bazett Fraga McRemitz. There's a lot that I want to make jams at, but the point I want to hit at most would be...
しかし男っ気ねえな。魔術一筋かよ。何？地元に恋人とかいねえの？
いません。別に必要ではありませんから。
必要ってなんだそれ。必要じゃなくてもいるだろう普通。毎日つまんなくねえか？
孤立には慣れていますから悲しくも寂しくもありませんし自分の欠落感を埋めなくとも今はやっていけている
Watch Vampire Knight? What's Vampire Knight? I don't know, I don't remember Vampire Knight. Is that an old anime? Or maybe I'm thinking of something else. I do know vampires are referenced in the Fate series. But no, I think in, it's not really a thing though in the Fate series. More so in Tsukihime, I think? Anyway. This looks severe. Need or don't need, lonely or sad, lacking something or your other half, what a bunch of bull. This lady, she's never had a man in her life. Well, I don't know, and why are you judging her for that?
あんたさ、少女？
Jojo. I'm looking at my partner very seriously. Just like how a squirrel would nibble on a walnut, with honesty, diligence, and sometimes sharpness. Okay. My master inches a half step back.
仕事上経験はありますが、質問の意図がわかりません。そんなの聖杯戦争には関係のないことじゃないですか。
Work-related experience. So she has gotten some. Now that's mighty fine, but I wasn't messing with you just for fun's sake alone. I messed with you for fun's sake because it's a bit relevant.
いや、関係はある。これは人間として強いかどうかの話なんだ。いいか、マスター。愛欲を甘く見てはいけない。何しろ一番強い行動原理だ。
Is it? Okay, Ventures is pretty strong too, but after that's done with, there's nothing left in the end. Its explosive power is strong, but it doesn't produce anything, so it adds up to pretty much zero.
何が言いたいのかわかりません。わかるのはあなたが私をからかっているということだけだ。ハンリマユ、悪ふざけもいい加減に。
真剣な話だろ、これ。愛だよ、愛。それが基本にして最強だ。人間強くなれるのは愛すればこそだって言わないか？あんたはどうもそういう基本的な部分が抜け落ちてる。共に戦う身として少しばかり気になったんだよ。
Okay, interesting. He's talking about love as, again, isn't Angrimayu like all the evils of humanity? He's talking about love? I don't know. I don't know if he's the best person to give this kind of advice. I'll give her a serious answer. She listens to it seriously too.
信用できません。あなたの愛は横島なものだ。
Yeah, weren't you like into necrophilia? At least that was mentioned anyway.
大体ですね。そういうことは
At least,
軽々しく口にしてはダメです。
At least Angrimayu anyway. Not Bazett, but like Avenger. Anyway, it'll lower his value, eh? Another charming comment.
なんでさ、軽々しく口にしていいだろう。恥ずかしいことじゃないんだから。 愛してほしいってのは寂しいって感情表現じゃない。楽しいから、もっと楽しみたいから口にする言葉だ。あなたが好きですっていう当たり前の挨拶だろ。それともなんだ、あんた会う人間全部気に食わないのか。それじゃあ自分から敵を作ってるようなもんだぜ。
いいでしょう。とりあえず助言として聞いておきます。
You know, I just find it funny that I don't know, Bazett's story tends to be more serious than the other, like in Shirou's world, I guess. Tends to be more serious, but this is probably the second time we're having this weird, like, I don't know what you call it, but like, therapy session? I don't know, it feels like a therapy session between Avenger and Bazett, I don't know.
まったく、子供のくせに口が達者なんだから。
そりゃどうも。でも、ガキだけど子供じゃないぜ。まあ、大人ってわけでもねえけど。
I stopped being a child, that's all.
どうだか。私にはただの生意気な少年に見えますが、私より5歳ほど年下の。
Well, have we ever saw, like, at least in this visual novel, did we actually see what Avenger looks like? We saw his silhouette, but...
そう？マスター何歳さ
？23です。それが何か。
23, huh? She's so young.
嘘！何？そんな若いの？
Yeah.
てっきりみそじ近いかと思ってたぞ、俺。
30? I mean, it's hard to tell, to be honest, even in real life. You know, someone who's in their 20s or 30s, it's kind of hard. I can't tell, really. Whoops. Kill me meters heading into critical zone.
面白い。その根拠は何でしょう、アベンジャー。
Yep, the mouth really is the source of all disasters.
だって、大人歴長そうじゃん？仕事慣れしすぎてるだろ。社会に出たのいつ頃か話してみろよ。
15の頃ですが、早すぎるということはありません。それまで鍛錬を積んできたのですから、能力的に問題はありませんでした。
で、その時からそんな格好をしてたわけか。なるほど。23年もやってりゃ固くもなるよな。
Now it makes sense. The armor she's wearing is a masterpiece seasoned by years of service.
何を聞いていたのですか、あなたは。キャリアは8年と言いましたが。
そりゃ鎧を着込んでた年数だろ。俺が言ってんのはあんたの不器用さ戦記ですよ。たく、人間の平均的な幼年期が10年経ってんなら、あんたはすでに33歳だっての。生まれた時点でもう大人だったんだから、足して30の大台オーバーじゃねえか。
Is that how it works? I don't know.
今の俺より一回り上なんてさすがに。ってなんだ、みそじ近いだろうって俺の直感は当たってんじゃん。
I nod gruffly. I think she's fed up with me from the bottom of her heart. She just stands there without saying a word.
休憩はここまでです。町に戻って調査を再開しましょう。
はいよ。今まで通り後ろ向きに頑張るとしますか。
I walk ahead of Bazett.
あなた、私をバカにしているでしょ。
あ？だってバカだろ、あんた。
We're not half bad in terms of balance. I'd rather stop being a kid, an idiot that threw away being a child from the start.
あれ？おい、マスター。
Bazett stops dead in her tracks. She doesn't move an inch. Maybe she found something.
なんだよ。何か見つけたのか、マスター。
I approach her while scratching my head. Huh.
どうかしています。悔しいけど、あなたの言う通りです。アンリマユ。私はバカだ。そうストレートに言われると、さすがにごまかしきれません。
He said with a natural tone of voice.
何？人に言われたことなかったんだ。
はい。あなたのように面と向かって言う人間は、私の周りにはいなかった。
This woman has absolutely no luck. There are plenty of good men that would say that much, yet she just didn't have the luck to meet any.
知らなかった。誰かに弱さを指摘されるということは、自分を認めてもらうということなのですね。少々頭にきましたが、少し気が楽になりました。ええ、あなたの前ではこれぐらいの力の抜きようがちょうどいい。私だけ気を張っていては割が合いませんからね。
There's no sense in staring too long. This kind of sight's rare amongst the scenery that I will eventually grow tired of. This is probably the only time it will happen anyway.
では、行きましょう、アンリマユ。次は信徒の工場地帯です。
了解、マスター。それと、名前を呼ぶならアンリって呼べよ。長いだろ、それじゃ。
アンリも、アンリマユも変わりませんが。
They say it like angry. I mean, she says it differently in Japanese, I feel like. Like angry sounds like angry. Angry.
あなたが短縮してほしいというのなら、アンリと略しますが、
Henry.
あまりにも平凡で、私はどうかと思います。
Henry? Is it like Henry? You know, in Japanese. I don't know how you would like draw, like write in Japanese, but like, I guess it's pronounced Henry? Henry? In Japanese, maybe? You don't pronounce the G? Maybe the G is silent in English as well? I don't know. Anra, Henry, Henry, Henry?
よくある名前で、英霊としてはふさわしくない。
Or maybe his true name was Henry this whole time. Oh no.
変なこと気にするんだな。はは、そうか。そりゃ気にするか。マスターの名前は普通じゃねえもんな。いっそ俺と逆ならよかった。って、どっちも男の名前だったか。
Is it? Is Bazett a masculine name? I don't know. Yeah, Henry, or so on are bland names, but they're downright cute when compared to the one my master's been saddled with. The name Bazett is very ugly, kind of sharp as you could say, or lacking femininity. Really, Bazett? I don't know, I think it's a cool sounding name. Bazett, Baz.
アンリマユ。人の名前は人生だと言ったはずです。それを笑い物にする以上、覚悟があってのことでしょうね。
いいえ、ないです。そんな覚悟もマスターの名前への文句なんざないですよ。
よろしい。今後、この話題は禁止とします。
So with that said, we return to the city of the Holy Grail. The night patrol is, well, fun in a way. I understand a little why someone might continue this for days and days. Just understanding it doesn't mean that I share the sentiment, though. The night will continue forever as long as she wishes it to. The woman that I'm contracted to is unconsciously trying to make this battle go on longer. A continuous repetition without end. Nevertheless, the radiance will one day disappear. Even if the form remains, the color is getting duller. No matter how bright, something that's already been seen before does not have the radiance of birth. It's just like a solar eclipse. Blackened, never to shine again. I'm acting like an idiot. Think about whose wish this was won't change a thing. Whose wish this was? Okay. Alright, another Bazett scene finished, so I guess we go back to being Shirou, I imagine? Okay, back to Shirou. Shirou! You can go to school. Talk to Taiga in the harbor. There's a lot of things. Okay, there's like new things. I guess, so I don't know. Go talk to Saber, why not? Isn't this the day that you're supposed to go to school? I guess Shirou will just skip. Talk to Saber instead.
Nani?
Nani? As I open the refrigerator to prepare something for lunch, I find it packed full of items I don't remember buying. No one went shopping today, so I wonder who's responsible.
シロ、タイガから伝言です。美味しそうなものを持ってきたので、あとはよろしくと。
まあそんなことだろうと思った。
As expected, the perpetrator was Fujine. That joke of a mystery has been solved in less than 10 seconds. Well then, with many ingredients, I could make a whole variety of stuff. What should I do?
おい、二人とも昼に食べたいものってあるか？
これといって特には。 シローが作ってくれるものであれば何であろうと構いません。
That sound effect reminded me of Mario. I wonder why that is. Is that the sound like a coin, you know, when you hit a coin block and like a coin sound or something? Anyway, I don't know. Saber is fine with anything. I make a mental note.
ライダーは何かないのか？
He's probably fine with anything as well. Ryder, who won this morning's channel battle, is watching the national news.
私も特に希望はありませんが。
That was only half expected of Ryder, same reply. Well, I guess I have no choice but to decide myself.
なあライダー、前から思ってたんだが、好きな食べ物とかないのか？
それはどういう意味でしょうか？
いや、ライダー、いつも静かに飯食ってるだろ？もしかして嫌いなものでも無理をして食べてるんじゃないかと思って。
Sounded more like a Sonic or... Oh yeah, maybe Sonic, yeah. Yeah. I guess I got mixed up. Mario and Sonic. Same thing, right? No. Fujita and Ilya would say it outright if they didn't like a particular item. Moreover, they wouldn't even touch it. Sakura and Tohsaka would advise me as fellow chefs, and Saber, that goes without saying. I've yet to hear a single thing regarding food from Ryder. What's she like?
私に何か言いたいことがあるのでしたら、はっきりと言ってください。
言いたいことってわけじゃないんだが。ほら、セイバーは好きなものを嬉しそうに食べてくれるから、こっちもメニューが立てやすいというか。
何を言うのですか、シロ。それではまるで私は食事中落ち着きがないように聞こえるではないですか。あれで落ち着いているつもりだったのですか。当然落ち着いています。全く失礼な。どのように見えているのですか、あなたには。
Like a glutton, maybe? Ryder exercises her right to keep silent. I'm so glad that she's an adult.
ああ、それで好き嫌いの話に戻るんだが、ライダーは今まで我慢していたものとかあるか？
いいえ、特には。もしや今まで心配をかけていたでしょうか。
ほんの少し。セイバーくらい素直に反応してくれるとこっちも分かりやすくていいんだが。
シロ、あなたはライダーに組みするのですか。
セイバーは素直に喜んでくれるから作るこっちとしては助かるって話だよ。それにライダー、セイバーはちゃんと行儀よく食べてくれてるぞ。
Saber nods with satisfaction. Saber, no matter how much of a hurry she's in, will not rush her chopsticks.
好き嫌いが分かっている方が作りやすいと。それは理解できますが、私もセイバーと同じようにさくらやシローが作ってくれる食事に満足しています。ですのでそのような気配りは不要かと。
I'm glad she feels that way, but we're not making any progress.
切り口を変えよう。ライダー、逆にどうしても食べられないものってあるか？
You know, this whole exchange kind of reminds me of the same, you know, we had the same conversation with Saber, I think, where it's like, do you like anything to eat? She says, I'm fine with anything. That doesn't really help us. Like, we're having the same thing with Ryder.
そうきましたか。そうですね。おそらくあなたたちが調理することはまずないとは思うのですが。
Yes? Well, what are we cooking?
お、何かあるのか？
ええ。この国ではあまり一般的ではないと思うのですが、ヘビが。
Ah, yes, snakes. What a thrill. Snake eater. I see. Considering Ryder's identity, I doubt she'll want to eat snakes. And considering her class in Noble Phantasm, I can guess another item she would not like to eat.
ライダー、もしかして馬も嫌いじゃないのか？
ええ、嫌いではありませんが。
わかった。ヘビなんてめったにないだろうけど、馬は気をつける。
シロ、ならばタイガが先日持ってきたヘビ酒は持ち帰らせた方が良いのではないでしょうか。
ヘビ酒って藤姉のやつ、そんなもんまで持ち込んでやがったのか？
Saber nods once, comes into the kitchen, and opens the cabinet under the sink. And in there, unknown to me, someone had left a bottle of wine with a whole snake inside. Is that how it works? I don't know what snake wine is.
誰も怯えないとつまらなさそうにしてからここにしまっていたのを思い出しまして。
Is there a literal snake in it?
よく思い出してくれた。セイバーはその2つは平気なんだっけ？
I asked as I shoved the bottle of wine with what looks to be a pit viper inside of it further back. Okay.
ええ、その2つとも食べることに抵抗はありません。
Well, she's not opposed to being like a snake eater.
もっともそれを好まない相手の前で食べたいとは思いませんが。
分かってる。うちでは蛇と馬は禁止だな。
Okay. Don't eat no snakes, no horses. Unless you're in a jungle, I guess. Saber and Ryder simply don't fit each other by nature. But they have a very caring mutual friendship.
よしよし。だいたい分かってきたぞ。ライダー、ちょっと来てくれ。
I motion toward Ryder. Unsurprisingly, it's getting cramped with all three of us here, but Saber shows no intention of going back to the living room.
昼飯に食べたいものをこの中から選んでくれ。
I open the refrigerator.
私に昼食の食材を選べということですか？
まあ、好きに選んでくれて構わない。
そうですか。では。
She looks into the refrigerator intently, and Saber watches us from the back.
シロは随分とライダーに優しいのですね。
Bouncing back and forth.
Huh?
Wiggle, wiggle. Perhaps she is irritated by the fact that I'm asking for Ryder's opinion instead of hers.
何言ってるんだ、セイバー。食う方の人間の好き嫌いが分かった方が楽なんだぞ。第一、セイバーにだって何度か聞いたじゃないか。
確かにそうでした。シロ、これは何でしょうか？
Turning to check what she's asking about, I see Ryder pointing to a styrofoam package in the corner of the fridge. The label on top says perishable, stored refrigerated. I'm guessing it's some sort of fish.
中身はタコか。
Taco.
そのようですね。
I try to take it out, but its suckers seem to have stuck to the lid inside and it won't come off easily.
随分と生きがいいな、こいつ。
What's happening to Saber?
これを昼食にするのはどうでしょう。鮮度が落ちる前に食した方がいいと思います。
Why is she like sneaking away? No doubt, stuff like this is great when eaten the same day as caught.
そうだな。そうすると何を作るかなって。どうしたセイバー、そんな離れたところで。
Does she not like octopus? For some reason, Saber was looking on from the corner of the kitchen.
シロ、本当にそれを食べるのですか？
ああ、そうしようと思ったんだけど、何かまずいのか？
She's getting ready to fight. She's gonna summon Excalibur.
いえ、
Oh, okay.
その。
Saber is definitely acting strange. The longer I think what the possible reason could be, the stronger grows my conviction that the thing clinging to my hand is the cause.
もしや、あなたはタコが苦手なのですか？
Well, that's news to me. Saber has a weakness. Right on the mark, it seems.
冗談だろ、セイバー。たこ焼きは美味しそうに食ってたじゃないか。
Yeah, I mean, technically, yeah, takoyaki is like fried, basically like fried dough balls with like octopus inside. I don't imagine she would have a problem eating that. She ate it all with a complaint when I brought them as thanks for watching over the house. Even Sakura's portion, despite the I want some too look from her.
まさかあの中に入っていたのはそのヌルヌルしてプクプクしてテラテラした異界の魔魚だったというのですか？
Demon fish.
ぬるぬるしてプクプクって。
Well, I suppose you could say that, but no need to hate them so much.
なんてことですか、シロ。あなたという人は。
Okay. Trembling all over, she glares at me with a dreadful stare. Is she really that mad?
待て、セイバー。本当にタコがダメなのか？今までも散々食ってただろ？
まさかシロたちの言うタコというものがあの魔魚などとは思わなかったのです。
Oh no.
なんということだ。 あの切っても切っても果てなかった異界の邪神を私は口にしていたというのか。
Is this a reference to like King Arthur's like myth or something? Did he fight like a giant octopus or something? I don't know. Netherworld's evil god is taking it a bit too far.
どうするのですか、シロ。セイバーは嫌がっているようですが。
そうだな。
Maybe it revived when we took it out of the refrigerator. The now live octopus starts wrapping itself around my hand.
だいたいライダー、あなたもなぜそのようなものを食べることができるのですか。
Are we both not from around the same lands, is what her eyes are saying.
私は海のものであれば分別なくいただくことができます。納豆や梅干しを好んで食べているあなたこそ、私から見れば信じられませんが。
You've been born in almost the same lands, yet sure you can eat that stuff up, is what the hidden message is this time. Wait a moment, there's something writers hate after all. Okay. I hear foreigners are notorious for being unable to ever get used to natto umeboshi. Sounds like writer is no exception. Oh yeah, I mean, natto is like this weird like bean thing, like very sticky. And umeboshi, I think it's like a weird plum, right? Or I don't know if I'm mixing it up with something else. I don't know. Anyway, it's a small like red plum, it's kind of sour, I don't know. Sounds like writer is no exception.
確かに最初は面食らいましたが、あの程度ならば行軍中のチーズや干し物に比べれば食べやすいものです。
Ah yes, they're no different than military rations. I suppose that's the reason why she can stand anything fermented. As I'm admiring her resilience, I peel the octopus off my hand and place it on the cutting board. Ryder and Saber are too busy arguing to notice what I'm doing.
それを言うのでしたら、あなたはオリーブオイルをかけすぎなのではないですか。あれではせっかくの食事が持つ風味が損なわれている。
And that's true, Ryder sure uses olive oil a lot.
食事は個人の自由でしょ。そもそも私たちはサーバントです。本来必要のない食事にこだわる方がおかしい。
Okay.
セイバー、あなたの思考は私から見ると時に浅ましく思えますよ。ほう。では自転車やらオートバイ欲しさで給仕に身をやつすのはサーバントとして浅ましくないというのですね。
Okay. Somehow precarious situations has developed while I was focusing on food. Danger, Will Robinson. If I let this one go on, the existence of our beloved house, if not the entire neighborhood, is in question.
先輩、お昼の準備手伝います。
さくら、よかった。ちょうどいいところに来てくれた。こっちはいいから、セイバーたちを止めてきてもらえないか。
はい。もう、ライダー、こんな時間からセイバーさんと何をしてるんですか。まさかこの間みたいにちょっとした口喧嘩でテーブルを壊そうというんじゃないですよね。
Again? This happened before, I guess?
さくら、いえ、大したことではありません。そうですよね、セイバー。私たちはただお互いの食事の好みを話し合っていただけで。ええ、その通りです、ライダー。たまには干物や乾物といった日本独特の味覚に挑戦してはどうかと話し合っていたのです。
I can hear the excuses.
まあ、いい薬になるようだ。
I silently thank Sakura as she scolded the two of them and concentrate back on the ingredient lying on the cutting board. Of course, this will be one side, so I prepare some natto and umeboshi as well. Well then, as a symbol of our reconciliation, why don't we all try something to conquer our respective weaknesses? Okay. We made octopus and natto and umeboshi and forced them to eat them. True torture.